Hey guys, it's Knock, TheRedstoneSlayer here, and what I have for you today is three super small triple extenders, as you can see right here. So I'm going to start with the biggest one, and I'll explain its features. So it extends, and it also retracts. So this design is 6 by 3 by 3, bringing out to a 54 block volume. The reason why this design is the least valuable of the three is because it is the biggest, not by much, but it still is the biggest, but I feature it because it's the fastest of the three. Let's see an action one more time. And these have to be wooden buttons, by the way. And so there's that design. The next design I have is the smallest of the three, but the main problem with it is that it has to have special inputs, which is why this design is also included. And it's 3 by 3 by 5, bringing it out to be a 45 block volume, the smallest of the three. See, it extends, and it's slightly slower. Also retracts. Comes out to be an incredibly small volume. The reason why you have to use a special input, though, is because if you dig out the button, it has to be placed right here, and there's no other way. The other solution would be to place an observer block right here, and have a button in this place right here. Unfortunately, to do so would make it slightly bigger, depending how you see it. But technically, it's the smallest of the three if you put it in that one exact spot. That's why I decided to create this design, which in my opinion is the most efficient and best of the three. It is the slowest, but coming in at 6 by 4 by 2, it is only 3 blocks bigger than the design, and it looks a lot sleeker in my opinion. You can extend it, even though it's pretty slow. You can also have it retract, and it has a pretty sleek volume. The one we're going to be doing a tutorial on is this one, because it's smaller than that design, and the button placement is right there, so it's not really technical. And let's see in action one more time. Extend, and you can also retract. So let's begin the tutorial. What you'll need is observer blocks, a button, blocks of your choice, redstone, normal piston, sticky piston, lamp, a torch, and that should be all. So you want to begin by digging out a couple blocks, placing your triple extender like so. Then you want to start by placing your input. That has to be a lamp, keep that in mind. The button on it, 2 lamps right here, observer block on it, piston right here, normal piston, sticky piston, normal piston. Over here you want to place an observer block, a redstone, a 4-tick repeater, and an observer block with a block on top. Now this right here basically does about half the door now, for both opening and closing. Extends, and also retracts the top piston. So this part will come later, but is highly important right here. So next up from there, you want to grab block, redstone, block here, repeater on 4 ticks, block, repeater on 2 ticks in a block. Then you want to place your piston plus observer, and make sure this block is solid. It has to be solid. Next up, you want to place a lamp. Replace this 2 observer blocks like so. Back to your repeater, and 1 more observer block right here. Now this should be most of the door already done. If we press the button, it should be able to extend. Then it should be able to almost do the full retraction. One more time, it should be able to extend. Then it should almost be able to do the full retraction, minus some parts. So to complete the last part of the door, which was a real kicker, you want to place a torch right here, a piston, 2 observer blocks, block, sticky piston facing down, an observer block right there. It should be, yeah, that should be, make sure the face is facing this direction and the button is facing in the direction of the pistons. 2 blocks, here on 2 ticks, and then this is very important, make sure this repeater is on 4 ticks. That should be entirely done. We will extend, you'll also be able to retract. Yeah. Then from there, you can fill the rest of the floor in. Now, some key points to this door. The first part explained, which does the first protractions upwards. That is the basis of the entire circuit that has to be there. And I use that in a very small contraption, just right here. The second part is a basic, this part right there. Basically, when the pistons are in a certain state, it's basically a trapdoor that you use, like so. Unfortunately, because of timing reasons, I had to get this piston extended first before this piston was, because of some timing issues. So to make that happen, I had to use this piston that would be placed right here, and this lamp would send a pulse to it that would extend before this one reached that timing, so that the observer block would be in the right place, and then it would also be able to retract. Unfortunately, doing this on both edges would cause some problems on the retraction part of the piston. So to change that, I had the sticky piston push this regular piston back and forth, so that it won't fire every other edge, which is also part of the reason for the button. To do so, this is the only set I could think of, which was this main lamp powered the silent lamp, which powers this observer block, which powers this piston directly. From there, I had to think of a way to get enough delay so that at the very end I could have this special double extender or fire. So basically, before what had happened, we would have this, then and it would work the first time, but the second time, this is basically what happens. So to fix that, there is a trick. So yeah, what you saw there, it would be in this state, and if you timed it at the right moment, you could extend it and also retract it. Unfortunately, it had to be on exactly 4 ticks, and I had to think of just enough delay so that the entire thing would work. So I used a torch powered piston, which powered 2 more observer blocks, which powered a piston, so it would be a falling edge, I believe. It fires only every other. It fires only every other with a 1 tick pulse, and so it would set up so that when the piston retracts, when the triple piston extender retracts, it would be set up just at the right timing, so it looks pretty smooth and sleek, like so. Like that. Then it can also retract. It looked pretty smooth. The only problem was that this piston would sort of bug out, but and I don't know really why that happens. But then the door all worked out. So yeah, this has been the TheRedstoneSlayer video. Thanks for watching. Another world's smallest.